Hey, Tomies. We would like to thank our sponsor, Nerd Alert Treasures, for supporting this podcast. Nerd Alert Treasures makes handmade and customizable dice trays, pencil bags, and our personal favorite, dice bags with pockets. Use our promo code TOMIES, that's TOMIES, for 15% off. Follow the link in the show notes to get yours today, and be on the lookout for Tomies merch.
Hey cool people, do you like mead, magic, and long walks in the icy tundra? Ever wonder what your sled dogs are thinking about? Why not cap off your night with a frosty tabletop adventure?
You will come to love my beef cliff.
You're at the common room. Go to your room.
Excuse us.
Excuse me, Dolcliffe. What's your favorite food?
Sausages, probably.
No, you look like a strong lot, but I got more friends than you.
Carnelian's like short and on the ground, and he's standing on
You
top
know
of the table.
what you have to
That
do.
is
You know what you have to do.
Carnelian stabs him in the butt.
What did he say?
He likes sausages.
Oh my god, me too.
Alright, I'll sit beside Wade and start carving his rod.
Oh my god. Sveta, my rod's nearing completion by the looks of things.
Unless the four of you can stop them.
Well, grab your Ugg boots and join Reflex Save every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform.
You are listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. I am not surprised to see his kind here. Shadows always follow destruction and despair. But do you think he can really help Lyla Garotha in their situation? I'm sure he'll find a way. Azeal has something to prove. There has been quite the quarrel in the Lazarine family of late. He's not the only one up here, you know. The other has himself in quite the predicament. And who is the other one? Oh, that is a story for another time. Right now, we are in a predicament of our own. The party is splitting up. That means we must be splitting up as well. Do you mean? I mean one of us will follow one group and the other will follow the other group. That's what splitting up means, Featherbrain. What's wrong, Quill? You're kind of glowing red there. Are you okay? Oh, I just am so filled with emotion that we have to, part ways for a time. I just can't bear it. Oh, that's sweet, Quill. I'll miss you too. But the story must continue. Now, you follow Fenrir, Boudreaux, and Henley, and I'll follow... Quill? Quill! Gah! He left without even saying a toodaloo. Ooh, I like that. Chapter 44. Toodaloo! Welcome back, Tomies, to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. I am DM Dave, and to the left we have...
Henley.
Boudreaux.
Lyla Garotha.
Roscoe.
And as the audience can hear, we are missing a player. So, because of finances right now, we had to vote off somebody off the podcast, and sadly it was Zeb. But if you would like to hear him back on the podcast, please support us on our Ko-Fi. Just kidding.
More like he just caught the plague, so...
I tried to let them vote me out, but they wouldn't.
Zeb is out sick today, so to excuse his absence, we decided that the group would continue on without Fenrir as he stays back with Joanna to finish forging the deed. But don't worry, Tomies, you will get your Fenrir time. He'll get his own little side adventure that will be recorded when he's feeling better.
Side quest, side quest, side quest.
Okay, so the recap for next time, or for last time.
Lyla was able to return a gold stone to the rightful owner and bring peace to her. Lyla confided in Azeal about being two people and asked if he knew how to bring them peace, or maybe some extra room in their mind space. Henley, Boudreaux, and Fenrir, and Joanna found a quiet wood to rest for the night. Boudreaux sought solace and began praying, while Henley and Fenrir discussed on what to do next. So with that group, it's kind of nighttime. Everybody's settling down for that. So we are going to jump to Lyla and Roscoe. Okay, you guys have made your way back into town. Azeal has taken you into kind of what he's made his private quarters. There's a little fire going on in there. He has some food supplies there. So he's able to magically whip up some food for you guys. And he sits down and he's like, and he looks at Lyla. How exactly did your situation happen?
So we were traveling with our group, with our friends that we found, and then it was getting dark, so we do what we normally do, and we were making camp and stuff, and then we got attacked, and after that, then it gets kind of fuzzy because I was there, but I wasn't there really because I gotten real hurt, and then Garotha got real hurt, and then Garotha says that she told somebody that they need to help me, and then next thing that I remember, somebody's standing over me and they're saying some kind of spell, and then when we woke up, it was just us, but there wasn't two of us anymore, and we were here, and I was stuck in my own head, and she was in here with me, and I think we freaked out for a while, but after we calmed down, she said that what she heard sounded something like Garotha. What Garotha heard, but I heard that I told her it sounded an awful lot like a wish spell. I didn't know what that was, but she did. She's, believe it or not, the orcs are not as uneducated as people like to say they are, and so she says that's kind of what she remembers reading about a little bit, and then with her daddy, of course, because they study everything. Dwarves keep lots and lots of records about everything. So that's kind of that's what happened.
And you see, as he's listening to your story, right when you start talking about the wish spell, his face kind of goes grim a little bit, and you finish up your little talk, and he goes, how powerful was this person to know such a spell? Because that is one of the most powerful spells known to existence.
He kept most of that under wraps. I wouldn't blame him. He's a tiefling, so he was already judged for being a bad guy most of the time by most people. From what I've seen, though, he wasn't just, just a basic run-of-the-mill sort of person. He was funny, though. He was a nice guy.
The wish to counter such a spell would most likely take another wish spell. However, if he was inexperienced in such powerful magics, there might be a loophole, you might say, to find a creative solution on some way to help you. I don't know, because of it being a wish spell, the probability of you two getting your own bodies again is very, very low.
Oh.
Not impossible. That I would have to research more and reach out to my own connections.
She nods.
The first couple thoughts that I have that might be useful so we have a starting point where we can begin. As I said, we could possibly either create or find another body. But to create one would probably be easier than finding one. It would have to be pretty fresh for it in order to work.
Wouldn't that be like wearing somebody else's skin? I mean, both of us are kind of already doing that, and neither one of us love it so much.
It would be the one I am most familiar with. The other options, him seeing your hesitation for that, your other options would possibly creating an item of some kind, either one existing or we can make one, and make it a sentient item, where one of your minds would dwell in that item.
Like, stay there forever?
Most likely, yes.
Wouldn't that be more of a prison than what we already have, other than the fact that I don't know, we have a little bit more privacy thought-wise?
You are correct. Sentient items, unless destroyed in a special manner, would last forever. But it would give you your separation you desire.
I don't want to live forever. Garotha already thinks that she shouldn't be here. I don't know that that's going to be something that either one of us are going to be okay with, especially if we're there forever and can't really do nothing without somebody else's help or and then how would we communicate? I don't think that's going to work.
Most sentient items will contact and be connected to the one who wields them. So the communication will still be there. And depending on how we create the item, they'll be able to speak to others as well.
Okay.
The other option, which is maybe the simplest but most dangerous, is to create a pocket within your mind for one to escape to when they desire privacy.
How is that one the most dangerous?
The mind is a complicated thing.
Well,
sometimes using magic on a mind can alter it. We would be altering your mind, which could have side effects if we are not careful. With all these, there will have to be extra help. I am not powerful, though I could obtain the knowledge. The power that it would take to achieve these goals, I would need another, possibly two, equal or greater to my own.
She sits there and she thinks for a while. And she has kind of like an internal conversation between her and Garotha. And she turns to Roscoe and says, I don't know. Roscoe, what do you think?
This is all something new and strange to me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's what's going to be best for you and Garotha. And I can't even begin to imagine what that would be.
I don't. We don't much know either. If something's done, can you always change your mind later? Can something be undone?
To undo, for example, if we went to the pocket in your mind, that would be more difficult to undo. However, the sentient item could be undone. the spirit in the item could be released. Or if you wanted to do the third option, the first option I gave you of finding a body for it, that could be possible as well. Where in the pocket of the mind, to remove that after the difficulty of putting it in could be dangerous.
It would be nice to have some privacy.
This is a big decision. We could talk more in the morning after you have time to think about it.
Let's sleep on it, and then we can think about it.
And he just slowly nods. I will advise, the sooner we do come to a decision, the sooner I can research and figure out what we need. I may need help gathering supplies for whatever ritual or spell we decide to cast or perform.
All right.
Okay. Roscoe, you have anything to add?
No.
Okay. He's like, I'm just here.
Moral support.
However, as Roscoe, you start bedding down, he shows you some rooms that you can rest in. Roscoe, you're getting ready. You're kind of taking off your venturing gear and getting ready to go down. And you start hearing a weird sound. And it goes... do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do.
What is it? Yeah.
Is it your card?
I'm gonna start rummaging through my stuff.
And you start seeing it, like, find the card, and you see it start, like, flashing and vibrating a little bit.
Oh my gosh, David, you wanted a cell phone?
And the Jurassic Park one, not to mention.
Good old traditional brick phone Nokias. Okay, what do you do?
I'm gonna click the answer button.
Okay.
Double tap on the card.
And he's like, hello? Hello, is anybody there?
Hello?
Ah, Roscoe, my friend. How are you this evening?
Good, how are you?
I am doing swell, and I have found your information that you desired.
Oh boy.
So, which one would you want first?
Surprise me.
Well, I think I'll surprise you with I know where Mendrick and Marlowe are.
Okay, where are they at?
They are in the canyon, and you suddenly see kind of a small compass that appears on the card.
Mm-hmm.
With this, it'll point you in the direction where they are located.
Sweet.
I also found out more information about the Hollow. It seems that it has some issues with bandits recently, and that it was attacked, and some people were taken.
Attacked? Like, how recently was it attacked?
Just a few days ago, actually.
Oof. Do you know, I mean, like, was it a lot of people? Do you know who was taken?
I do know who's taken. However, the names of who were taken were not part of our first agreement.
Well.
But for 5 silver pieces, I will give you those names.
Let me rummage through my bag and see if I've got 5 more silver. You've taken everything I got.
His name is Swindle for a reason.
Swindell, please.
Could I negotiate you down to 4 silver? Because that's all I've got left to my name.
We can make that deal.
Great. Guys, I'm broke. Just so everyone knows. Like, legitimately, the definition of broke is this guy, right?
So besides Mendrick, that was taken in the scruffle, Bellerin and a cleric named Rochelle were also taken.
Well, that's not good. And they're all up in the canyon with...
They're all in the same location, yes. And this little compass here will guide you to their location. And the spirits there in the hollow are pretty low right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
The bandits took most of the supplies that they had there. Looked pretty poor.
Great. Would it be cost me anything to ask if you knew how many bandits there were? Like, was it a large group, small group, medium group?
That information I will give to you for free. There seems to be quite a bit of them. However, they're in different locations.
Okay.
I do have other information, but as you have said that you are now relieved of all your money, I will save this extra information.
Is it critical extra information?
Well, it could help you, yes.
And what is your price on that?
It depends on which one you want. I have information on who is running the Hollow now. I have more information and details about how heavily guarded the places are, where the bandits are. And I could possibly give you direct directions to where they are located, or I could send you a guide as well.
Are we in the same room or are we in different rooms?
The separate rooms.
We're in separate rooms, yeah.
All of which will cost you extra.
Right, yeah. So if I were to do who's running the Hollow, how heavily everything's guarded, and directions, what's the price tag on that?
All of them would be 60 silver.
Oof. Okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to just, give me out of the kindness of your heart?
Oh, if I gave up more stuff out of the kindness of my heart, I would be living on the streets.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we've been a good customer for you. I intend to be a good customer for you. Just, consider it investment.
I have given you some information about the bandits for free.
Dracarys okay?
Dracarys is doing well, yes. He is making progress.
He's still not there at the Hollow?
He is not.
Still won't tell me where he's at?
Nope.
Oh.
It's the confidentiality of my business.
Well, I understand, but, one could ask. All right, if I can scrounge up 60 silver, I'll give you a call.
Sounds good. I will be waiting for it.
All right, thank you.
Toodaloo.
Click.
Toodaloo.
Is it
I
really
have
much
a
of
love-hate for Swindell.
Yeah, me too.
But
Becky hates him.
Is hanging
Lila
up on
loves
him really much of a click?
We used to tap the card.
Click.
He has to verbally say click.
Oh. Okay. No, that makes more sense.
Click. Okay. We'll let that rest for now. It is now morning. And with the other group, as I stated at the beginning of the podcast, or beginning of this episode, it has been decided between Fenrir, Henley, and Boudreaux that the best plan to go forward is with Fenrir to stay behind with Joanna as Henley and Boudreaux head into the Hollow to find out more information. So, the time is now Henley's and Boudreaux's. A quick note before I forget. I remembered last time I didn't specify on where Lyla and Roscoe's eagles were. Joanna took them, so Joanna has them. So if you guys were going to travel, it would have to be by foot. Okay, back to Henley and Boudreaux. You guys are getting ready to leave on your eagles. Is there anything you wanted to do before you left?
Henley pulls out a map, knowing Boudreaux probably can't read it really well, but
It's pictures.
Boudreaux, where exactly is your secret entrance?
I feel like I need to roll, or I just don't know.
I think I'll have you roll an intelligence. Let's see.
At advantage?
Roll me a survival, but use your intelligence modifier.
So I got 14.
14, okay. You're able to kind of get pretty close on where you're guessing where it is. And it seems pretty much halfway between the entrance of the Crimson Rock Pass and Hayden's Hollow. It's
And
more
that's
to the
entrance that Henley came through?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of the main road that goes in.
Okay.
And as you're looking at the map, there seems to be kind of couple different routes you can take. There is the direct route, but of course there's ravines and cliffs that you'd have to go scale down or go over, so it would take some time. It looks like there is an option that you can go kind of down and try and cut through the trees to possibly the location of where Boudreaux is pushing. Or there is a route following down the trail and cutting over to the mountain where you would know that there used to be a cave over there. So when Boudreaux points over there, it's near that cave entrance that used to be there. And before you left, you and some other people actually helped to close the cave entrance there. And Boudreaux, you would know, is that cave is where Rochelle made kind of her little home. That was another reason why they closed it off, so people couldn't sneak in to Rochelle's little study area as she was trying to fix the were creatures. That was another reason why they closed that off, so she could have somewhere private to take them, where if they did get loose, they wouldn't cause any harm. Kind of capture them within the cave system.
Mm-hmm. So it's up here by this cave.
That right, yeah.
May I roll to see if Henley knows the safest or quickest path?
I think I'm not going to have you roll for it.
Okay.
You would know that the safest, probably quickest, would be to just follow the trail over there. That would probably be it.
Then I suggest the quickest and safest route to just follow the trail.
Okay, yeah.
And we'll just keep our eyes and ears open to see if anyone is on the trail, and we'll just jump into hiding.
Yeah, right, yeah. I haven't put cotton in my ear, though, yeah.
You have... What?
I haven't put the cotton in my ear. I haven't done that for a long time, eh?
You don't need cotton in your ears.
You said to keep my ears open.
Yeah, so no cotton in your ears.
No, I don't have any.
Good.
Okay, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Boudreaux. How is Boudreaux feeling this morning, by the way?
So he has the deep circles underneath his eyes.
Okay.
But he seems like fair, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah. Henley's just not going to bring it up because that's just her strategy. Let's get this job done, avoid it, and then talk about it later when we have the time. So,
yeah, I would say that he's probably just ignoring it, but nobody would know that.
Trying to avoid the situation.
Yeah, just don't think about it.
All right, let's mount up and fly over there. And let's make sure we fly high enough that we look like a little eagle in the sky.
Flying high in the sky, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As our eagles go flying along. Okay, so you guys start taking off. And as you guys start soaring up into the sky, you do see Nevilton. Do you guys wish to fly over it and continue?
And he's like, let's go take a quick scan.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Okay. What time would you guys say, Henley and Boudreaux, that you guys were kind of getting up to go? Is it kind of right at daybreak?
I would say 8 a.m. because we got up, made breakfast, made sure Joanna and Fenrir were in a safe location, scout around the area, make sure there's nothing that settled in for the night, and then had their little meeting, and then took off.
Okay.
Early morning.
So 8 a.m.
Okay. Lyla and Roscoe, kind of what time of morning were you thinking about getting up? What was kind of your plans for today?
We didn't sleep over here.
Okay.
I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have rested, but not real restfully.
Right, because there was noise all night. Because the zombies, of course, don't sleep. Yeah.
Zombies creeping, crawling. I got my information. I'm trying to kind of
There's hammering
filter
and,
through
and shovel.
wondering what's happening with Lyla Garotha and stuff. So I probably
A sad moan as one loses its arm.
at one point, I mean, early
Just looks at his
would have gotten up and maybe just started walking around outside a little bit, checking out the town and stuff.
Okay, is that kind of early morning, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Lyla, you kind of stay in bed for a while? Or are you guys going to get up and move around?
No, as soon as it started to get a little bit lighter outside, we would have gotten up.
Okay. So we'll say you guys probably got around, started moving, heard the other one shuffling a little bit.
Yeah.
And you guys can explore the town by yourselves. Like I mentioned before, the zombies are just kind of cleaning up debris, trying to make things, clearing up the streets. They're pretty much stacking any unusable kind of wood or stone kind of in between the homes. It almost seems like they're making some kind of barrier in between the homes with those stones. Other ones that are more usable, they're trying to rebuild some houses. But of course, their bodies just don't work exactly right, but you can see the attempt happening. Azeal doesn't seem like he's anywhere. He may still be in bed. You guys haven't seen him yet. As you guys
He's
are kind
a
of...
night owl.
He likes the darkness. As you guys are out there, you guys look up and you see a pair of eagles.
Welcome to Tomes of the Chaos Bard mid-show break. I am your host, Rupert Bumpkin, from the Rocky Talkie Gnome Radio Network. First item of business is the 5-star reviews. Remember that Saulum will give you a shout-out and read your review on Saulum's column. Then he will review your review. It's great fun. Second is the Ko-Fi. This is our Patreon merchandise store. You can purchase keychains, coloring pages, and MP3s of our songs. You can also commission to feed the cast, or write a letter to Dear Boudreaux. If you are interested in becoming a patron, there are 3 tiers, each with varying rewards, including a full post show, DM Dave's Deep Dives, and coloring activity book with exclusive art. Go to ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard. That is Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard, and help us grow. And last but not least, the biggest way you can help us is share us with your friends and family. That is all, folks. Back to the show.
As you guys are out there, you guys look up and you see a pair of eagles flying overhead.
So how high are they in comparison to the town?
So
We were probably flying low enough that we could scan.
You did state that you wanted to at least scan. So you would be able to recognize that they're large eagles, maybe not who's on them.
Okay.
It can probably be pretty well assumed who's on them, though.
As we pass
Probably.
by, you just...
Especially if there's only 2 of them. The eagles kind of look different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to recognize some, like, oh, that eagle has this color on him. That must be Henley's. You could probably identify it that way, too.
Okay. It would be safe to assume that I could tell they're going in the direction of the hollow, right? They're heading in that general direction. I'm gonna pull out my bow.
Okay.
Okay. And
Just shoot us down.
Well, kind of, but not really.
Strike me down!
I just try and just lob an arrow like straight up as high as I can, kind of right in their direction to try and get their notice, because obviously I've got information that they're not aware of that might change the whole dynamic of the sneaking into the hollow.
Okay. I'm just going to have you roll for it.
Okay.
It'll be pretty, because you know how to shoot an arrow and stuff like that. I'm not going to make it too, the chances of you hitting them is really, really low.
Okay.
Pretty much don't roll a natural 1.
Okay.
He's a halfling.
And he's a halfling. Don't roll it twice, I guess. So I'll just say that.
Do you want me
roll
to
for an attack?
roll for an attack? Okay.
Yeah. Just don't roll a 1.
Got me some new dice here that did pretty well the other day, so we're gonna. I got a 10 is the total.
Okay, as long as it wasn't a natural 1, you're good.
It was not. It
Okay.
was a 2.
2 ones.
So we're gonna put this one back in the bag for the day.
You almost
Go
ruined
take
it.
a timeout.
Okay. Let me. Okay. So you guys are flying, kind of scanning. Boudreaux, both of you make me a perception check. And make them at advantage because you are looking for certain stuff. Perception or investigation, your choice.
Should have rolled on the thing. I got a 20, a natural 20 on the
On your tablet.
on the digital dice.
It's like the first time it's ever been good to you.
Right?
That is an 18 for Henley.
Okay.
24.
24. Eagle eye. Okay, you're both able to see this, but Boudreaux, you see it's probably about 10 feet away from you. And you see that snatch. Have the eagle catch it with its hand.
Claw.
Yeah, I was like,
Something.
And his wing. But you were both able to see this arrow fly past you, but it's closer to Boudreaux.
try to
About
snatch
10 feet away. It's
Henley
10 feet
then
away.
like sort of leans
You
in.
really want to try
like,
and snatch it?
leans, as like an airplane does to turn, sort
Okay.
of.
Bank.
On her eagle. Bank. Thank you. Bank. She banks so she can look down to see.
Do you make a deposit?
Boudreaux's not on the ground.
The eagle does.
Watch out, Roscoe.
Yeah.
They have no control of
Okay,
their
kind
bowels.
of to scan the area a little bit.
Yeah, just so I want to see where the arrow came from.
Gotcha.
I'll be, trying to wave. And
Jumping
stuff.
up and down and stuff.
Like, short guy, look at me.
So you do see a lot of movement down there. There seems to be, compared to all the other movement, there seems to be just a little smaller speck than all the other specks.
Mm-hmm.
That is has a lot of action to it.
Animated?
Animated. There we go.
Okay, is there enough room for me to land the eagle?
Yes.
Okay, so I will then, Boudreaux, I think that was Roscoe. Let's go down and talk?
You won't go down?
Well, you can stay up, but we need to talk to see if they're okay. I'll go down, and she just flies down.
Okay,
Can
Boudreaux.
eagle we just fly around in circles?
You can do that.
Cool. We make shapes too. We making stars.
And I'm sure you're gazing at the clouds again, or are you kind of more focused on what's going on the ground?
I feel like I'm secretly looking at the ground. Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm peeking, and then I'm like, and I'll just look away, and then I'll look up at the sky, and then I'll peek at the ground.
Okay, Boudreaux, you're kind of just doing that. I kind of imagine it being like very much in high school when you when you see that cute boy, but you're not supposed to like him. So you're like, you look over and you're like, no, I'm not gonna look in.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kinda like
I'm
that.
gonna no, I'm not gonna look. Oh, pretty cloud. That reminds me. Oh, nope, I'm not.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
David had personal experience with boys like that. His name is Curtis.
Yeah,
Not really. guys, not
heart
really.
drop. Okay, Henley, you make your way down. Lyla and Roscoe, you see an eagle coming down, diving towards
Just
Levelton.
right where we're at, or kind of heading towards the outskirts of the town, or
What say ye, Henley?
She's going timber, straight down.
I would say she's going to be as close to Roscoe as she can.
Okay.
I'm going to move out of the eagle's way then.
yeah, step off to the side or the road a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. As the eagle lands, it kicks up a bunch of dust as it. Okay. There you are. And action.
Just what I wanted, a dirt bath this morning.
Well, I can go.
Talk to this one.
I've got some information. Swindell got back to me last night.
He did.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Oh, no.
The bandits have been attacking the town for a little bit now.
Oh, no.
And they took some prisoners this last time.
Who?
They've got Rochelle and they have Bellerin.
Who's running the town?
Well, funny you should ask that. Because for a mere 60 silver, I can find out who's running the town, how many, where everybody's at, who's guarding it, and all the fun details.
We need that information.
I have absolutely nothing. I'm going to open up my bag.
Moth flies out of it.
Yeah.
I think Joanna would be willing to pay for this information, so she can pay me back.
And Mendrick and Marlowe and Bellerin and Rochelle, and I'm sure some of the bandits are not actually in town. They're up the canyon. And with this cool little card here, little compass, will point us in the direction of where they are. Now, for the price of 60 mere silver, we can also get exact locations of where they're at, as well as who's in charge and how many there are.
So you need 120?
No, just for that total 60. That's all included in the 60.
Well, here she opens up her bag and pulls out 60 silver and hands it to you.
Pull out my card. Swindell, I have your money.
It doesn't work.
I've heard two potential title names here: Eagle Eye and Swindell. I have your money.
Oh my gosh, you didn't do it right. Swindell, my friend. You do this enough. I don't do it at all, and I know it.
Hello. Did I hear something about money?
Well, yes, you did. And this better be worth it, because I'm flat broke. And here's your 60 silver.
Thank you, my friend. And here is your information.
Can only Roscoe hear this, or can we all hear it?
You can put it on speaker.
Put it on. I thought we were little Star Wars holograms here.
I'm scared for this.
No, there's different levels.
There's different.
I'll put it on.
It depends on how. It depends on how
feeling.
he wants to appear.
I'll put it on speaker.
One time it's a true bubble. The next time it's a little Star Wars dude.
Okay.
Hologram.
You inform him that Henley's here,
Like,
and so then he projects it, puts it on speaker.
Conference call.
Yeah, conference call.
Zoom meeting.
He's like, so there is a tiefling there named Joanna Locke that seems to be running things around down there, trying to keep things together. And it seems to be that the main entrance to Mendrick and Marlowe's place is pretty heavily guarded. There seems to be some kind of magical scarecrows that are sitting in front of the main entrance to his place. Because there are three directions that you can get into his place. You could propel yourself get on top of the plateau and propel yourself down, or climb down.
So are they still in the hollow?
They are in their little secret cave in the canyons.
Okay.
I can give you a little map that'll tell you exactly where they are.
We paid for that map.
Or I can send you a guide. Which one would you prefer?
What will the parameters of the guide be? Like, will they help us get in, or just get us to there?
They will get you to there.
Then I think the map would be more useful, because we already know where the hollow is.
Perfect. Here's the map, and you get a little map, and it shows there's one path that goes. So if you were going to go up to the mines, so you're in Hayden's Hollow, and you go up to the mines. There's one that leads up to the mines and through inside a cave system to where Mendrick and Marlowe are.
Would this be something that probably Garotha and Lyla would be a little bit more familiar with since we've been up there?
You would know that it goes into one of the cave entrances, but you didn't realize how deep the caves went. So you would recognize, like, oh yeah, that's this third mine that's up there, but I didn't realize there was
crap,
other
that's
places.
so deep.
Yeah.
Henley grabs the map That's far.
Then there's another one that's closer, but it goes along a ridge. But that's where the main entrance to his
Is the
map
ridge?
is where the ridge is.
I picture this to be a little bit like Zelda. You like get a map and you're like da 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 da, and then like it like fills in. You know, could even be like Wind Waker, where you instead of bait you put in the water, you stick money, and then the fish comes out and fills it in.
It also has you choose your route, and it tells you your estimated time when you're going to get there.
Oh wow!
And whether you're traveling by horse, by foot, by eagle.
But if you have to take it, if you turn too early, it'll say recalculating and change your course as well.
But it's really in a really annoying voice.
It's Swindell's voice. Or I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
Oh, I was going to say he finds the map. Swindell found the most annoying woman he could to record this.
Hey Siri.
The scarecrows are just at the main entrance, correct?
Minnesota mom.
Oh my God.
Correct.
And is there a lot of guards at the other entrance?
So what it seems to me that the information I was able to find, there are more bandits up in the mines, but they don't seem to be the main bandits. Kind of more, we need extra guys and we'll pay you money.
Hired thugs rather than...
Correct. They don't seem much of fighters, but there is more of them.
Do you have a rough count of how many are up there?
There's about 25.
Total?
In the mines.
Okay.
On top of the scarecrows.
Yeah, but the scarecrows
are on the main entrance.
Correct, but I'm saying that is not including the scarecrows.
That does not account for the main entrance, no.
How many scarecrows are we talking?
There seem to be 2 of them. I don't know what they do, but I do know that they have some kind of magical sense to them.
We know what they do.
They're gross.
And we're going to actively avoid that one.
Interesting.
How much will you pay for that information?
About the scarecrows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd have to do my own little research on them.
You don't have to do your research. We know about them.
We're seen them in action.
Oh, you're asking me to pay you. I see. Well. I see we are going to be good friends, me and you, Henley.
I just want a cheaper price. I want my 60 silver back.
I will give you your 60 silver back for the information that you have.
Done.
Okay.
Money first.
And the money piles up on the card.
So, to recount.
This is when you wish Fenrir was here.
Yes. Yeah. First, there was a scarecrow purchased for my family farm. They are immune to fire, it seems, which was unusual for a scarecrow.
Very.
They have 2 components. They have the scarecrow, but they also have a wreath to protect certain areas. If that wreath is carried on a person, the scarecrow teleports to said person and protects them. And
only if they're in danger, like mortal.
Only if they're in danger, life-threatening. And they can cast really powerful spells. What was it?
They suck out the
It
soul.
was blight that was used. And then they teleport away. Or disappear into nothingness.
Interesting.
Didn't you say that your little brothers were also like a lot more rowdy and stuff like that?
They also cause disruption in emotions for all near the wreath and the scarecrow.
That is very intriguing. I've never heard of anything like this. Do you by chance know the creators or...
It's a traveling salesman that sells them, but if you want the little bit of information else, is going to cost you more.
Another 20 silver pieces appear.
We believe that through a wizard, they believe that the scarecrows are being created by hags.
Hags, you say?
Yes.
Most intriguing. Well, thank you for this information.
Mm-hmm.
And if you find out any more of that information about the scarecrows, I would gladly pay for it.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there anything else I can do for you, Sir Roscoe?
You can give me my money back.
You can ask Henley for it.
No, I think for now we're good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, and I'm sure I'll be calling you again for something somewhere.
I plan on it. It is most wonderful to get to know you fellows and fellas. And we will talk to you soon. Toodaloo. Gone.
I am 20 silver richer.
Paid my money back. Okay. Henley, what do you do with the information Roscoe told you?
Well, firstly, she is deep in thought, contemplating, maybe a little bit regretting telling all that information to Swindell, since he will probably sell it at a much higher price than he paid. And maybe to not so great people. But
she has a lot of like after the thought process, like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that.
yeah. She has the map, and there's the compass too on the card, though, right?
Correct. Because the compass just points the direction, but not exactly how to get there.
Right.
But the map does give you exact directions on the 2 entrances that you can go. There's kind of 3 paths to get there. Like you said, there's one that you
But there's only 2 entrances.
Correct.
May I roll to see if I have, like, not inside the mines, but, like, along the ridge or that cliff? Like, can I roll to know if I know any information about that, like, on my patrols? And...
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a survival check. Do survival or nature.
15.
Okay. As you're kind of studying the map, and it's a pretty detailed map, and when you see the route that goes up to the main entrance of it, as you're thinking about it and contemplating it, that seems to be the same route when you first ran into the knolls. It seems to be that same route when the knolls went left and you went right. It's the left where the knolls went.
Oh, to that cave. Okay. And the ridge?
That's the ridge.
Oh, that's the ridge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up by like the plateau.
So I guess I need to justify it, and maybe you guys can help me with the wording. It's not necessarily a ridge. It's like a rock out. So it's a cliff wall, but it has a rock ledge that you can walk on. It's just very narrow. That's what I've been calling the ridge. It's probably not the correct word to use.
It's like a ledge, yeah.
And that leads to the scarecrow entrance, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, Henley, there's a long pause as she's contemplating all these facts. And then, so this ridge, I think, is actually where the gnolls, when they went left and then we went right to find those scouts.
Right.
Like several weeks ago, months, I'm not sure. That seems to be the same path, but that leads to the scarecrow entrance.
And that's the one we want to avoid.
But 2 scarecrows versus 25. But you do... Henley then thinks a second, but then your arrows could be devastating too.
Especially
inexperienced hired on swords.
Or hired swords, either one.
So I would think we should go through the mine. Garotha, do you think you could guide us in? Because I don't know the mines.
Into the mines.
Roscoe ever gone up to the mines?
In my guard duty stuff, I've made 1 or 2 trips up there, you know. I mean, not actively, but I'm sure I've been up there.
Okay, so we're going to say that one of those was probably with me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the map. I'm going to go over to Roscoe. I say, you remember when we went up there?
Yeah.
Do you actually?
Yeah, we went in a cave.
Okay, so you remember how we went around the front way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you remember that right turn that I said, you can also go up this way. Don't do that because it's slick this time of year.
Yeah.
Go up that way.
Okay.
And then that will take you around this way.
Okay. The other thing we still need to think about, I mean, that's probably, if we're going through the mines, I think that's going to be the better option. Because, I mean, we can always string these guys out and, you know, pick them off 1 or 2 at a time or whatever.
It's darker unless, though, they've got
right
things. So
I can also, if we can trap them in a side tunnel, I have my vines.
Roscoe.
And I could use my exploding arrows to, you know, cave it in or something. Various things. The other thing we need to consider, though, and, you know, would be super helpful if we had a bard here.
Where did he go? Anyways, where is he?
He's back with Joanna.
Okay.
And that's Boudreaux.
She points to this guy.
Hi, Boudreaux.
Okay.
He's dead.
If the scarecrows are out front, the wreaths are probably inside. So even if we get to them that direction, I would almost bet we'd still have to encounter those scarecrows at some point.
So save your arrows.
Well, you know,
So do we go in that way and take out the scarecrows before?
That's where a
Ew, do you remember what
bard
happened?
who's been in contact with a wizard would be super helpful right now. Because
Joanna's going to want to know this information anyways, so we're going to have to try and relay something at some point. I don't know. You guys do what you got to do. I got to go see Azeal.
Boudreaux and I about said Boudreaux and Henley. Boudreaux and I can still go in and get reconnaissance, see if we can get some backup from the hollow.
Okay. I mean, and I could go in there with you as well and talk with, like, the guards and stuff. I'm sure Ricardo might be willing to help out for some more peach meat or something. He's not up there still sleeping at the gate. But
he doesn't sound so reliable.
Oh, he's a good guy. He just likes his drink.
That doesn't sound very reliable.
He's reliable if he has his drink.
That's when he doesn't. That's when he's in trouble.
Reliable if there's a drink offered to him. Anyways, so, I mean, that's an option as well. We probably could use some backup, but, I mean, either way, we know where they're at. We know who's up there. And I don't recognize the name of this person in charge.
Juna. Everybody, this was Dracarys' second-hand woman. Dracarys' kind of person that
So I would be pretty familiar with her.
Yeah.
She's
Anybody
really
that's
good
been
at
there at the hollow,
scouting, right?
Lyla Garotha, you would know her too. She kind of dealt with making sure the mines had
So,
enough people.
We liked her.
If I could get in there and talk to Juna, I might be able to get a better grasp on what's been happening and get some help from the city guards, if there's any left.
I still think we need to talk to them, but yeah.
I just don't know.
I don't know.
There's not a whole lot of people left to talk to, it sounds like. That's the hard part is.
But I also don't want, if we go into the hollow, we can't be seen.
Right.
or else we could tip off the bandits that were coming. We need to take the bandits by surprise.
No, absolutely. I don't know, whatever. I think if Boudreaux took us, if the four of us went to the mouth of his secret entrance, and then you and I went in, and those two could stay out and kind of keep an eye on the backside, go in, split up, do our reconnaissance, get out. I'm small enough. I throw on a hood. I'll just blend right in.
Yeah. I know where a lot of hiding spots are.
Yeah. So I think between the two of us, that might be Lyla or Garotha.
She did.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You went to talk to
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
Azeal.
That was one of the names I was thinking of, too.
It starts with a name.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, Azeal.
Do you want to... Does that sound like a...
That sounds like a great plan to me. We have to leave Fenrir with Joanna.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can't bring Joanna in. The minute we do,
game over. But
and he's almost done with the deed.
Yeah. Do you want to go get that one? And
yeah.
We can meet you guys on the outside of town here in a little bit. I'm going to go...
How long?
Half hour. I'm going to go talk to see what Lyla and Garotha's got.
I'll take Boudreaux outside town. Maybe we'll rest the eagles for a minute.
Okay.
While we wait for you.
Okay. And then we'll just meet you guys out there as soon as...
Or we can go get your eagles.
Ooh. Eagles would be helpful. Go get our eagles and we'll meet you on the south side of town in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I will say bye, and I'll wave at Boudreaux. And I will turn and head towards wherever that one went.
And I will climb on my eagle's back and fly off to tell Boudreaux the plan.
Okay. So you go up, get Boudreaux, and then you're heading back for the eagles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you head back, grab the eagles, inform Joanna and Fenrir the plan.
Henley does tell Joanna that we have the information about Mendrick's location and we're working on a plan and we're going to go get reconnaissance.
That he's still alive.
Yes, and yes. But Henley does not linger long or answer any of their questions.
Right.
She's like, we have to go.
Henley goes and takes care of that. We'll jump to Lyla and her little conversation. Okay, you make your way back to Azeal's house. You walk in and looks like he has a bunch of books out.
I don't knock.
Okay. You just walk in. He kind of just looks up, kind of startled a little bit, but then recognizes you. And he's like, "Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How was your rest?"
I didn't.
And he just nods in acknowledgement. Like, I can see that. Have you made a decision?
I have. However, it is not one that is shared or decided upon equally. Lyla doesn't like it. This is Garotha, if you didn't notice. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Good to meet you. You are the second one.
Yeah. I would like to say the less emotional, but not really. Not as crazy.
Rage.
It's controlled
One
crazy. Let's talk about your first option there. Does it have to be a body? Have to be people? Things?
Who wants their spirit to go into a wolf?
Can it be, I don't know, I'm half dwarf. Can it be rocks? Could it be wood? What? Could it be a tree if I wanted to?
And you see him contemplating a little bit, trying to, seems like he's imagining some things.
Because literally wearing somebody else's body is not okay for me. They had their own experiences, their own life. What if somebody sees that body, recognizes it? What do I do then?
I have It would be easier to put a soul in something that had previously had a soul.
I don't care about easy.
But I believe it would be possible. There are these creatures that some powerful wizards have been able to create out of stone, out of wood, out of different materials. I have heard recently that there is one, though I do not consider him a wizard, that has been able to make some kind of metal.
What's the difference between that and your sentient immortal item?
The sentient immortal item, you wouldn't be able to move. You wouldn't be able to pretty much have a body, whatever a body would entail. It is possible to make that item heard by everyone, or just the wielder, depending on what resources we are able to gather.
Okay. Short term. There's Lyla wants the mind pocket. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anything that messes with my mind more than it's already messed with, not okay. Short term. For now. Let's work on your second option. Long term. I want my own body.
And that
I want to
would
be able to walk
possible.
around and be myself.
And to put, and you see him thinking for a minute, if we go that route of putting your mind or whoever's mind into the sentient item, it possibly could make it easier for when we create your body.
Let's do it. As long as it's not flesh. I don't want to watch somebody else's face.
And he nods. I will need to do some research and talk to my kin and see what ideas that they have on how to create one. As I said, there might be some materials that we will need to collect, and I could procure them, but it would be cheaper on your hand if you collect them yourselves as kind of payment for my services.
Of course. I don't expect anything for free. I do, however, have some very pressing matters that we need to take care of right now. Is there, after you talk to your family, your contacts, whatever it may be, is there a way that we can contact you or that you can contact us? Because I don't know where we will or won't be.
I do have means on contacting you. I do know the spell sending, that I can contact you anywhere, and it would be easier if you did not leave this plane.
Well, I don't plan on leaving this plane anytime soon, so I think we'll be fine.
And he kind of just nods. He's like, very few have the capability of doing so. But I will be in contact on what your first mission will be, your first quest.
Thank you, sir. And then, so she's going to turn around at that point, and you see her kind of pause, and her whole body and demeanor changes, and she turns back around, and she's like, now, sir, I don't like this. I don't like this one lick. Something happens to her. I don't care how powerful you are, how powerful your friends are. Something negative happens to either one of us. I will come after you. I will find you. This will not be pretty.
And he just gives you a stern look. And he's like, I take what I do with pride.
That may be.
I will not bring harm to her in any possible way. If there is any possibility high possibilities of any kind of disaster. You will be notified on those, but I will highly, highly discourage it. This
would
will
hope so.
take time,
Of course.
and your concerns are noted.
I need everything transparent. She's closer to me than kin.
I can see that.
And she just walks away.
Okay. Roscoe, did you have...
I'm going to assume that I just walked up as she was walking out the door. So I'm not real familiar with anything that just happened in there. I heard Lyla shouting a little bit.
You probably walked up
angry.
and you heard that.
Yeah, but everything prior to that, I'm not.
You'd probably, once you saw me, you'd probably take a couple of steps back. I am close to raging as Lyla at this point. Because of Garotha's decision.
And so I probably be like, when you're ready, I'm here to listen if you want to talk about whatever's happening.
Nope.
But right
Let's go.
now, we have some eagles waiting for us on the outside of town.
Okay, let's go.
Pack up and go out to the outside of town.
All right. We'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for listening. And, it is so weird not having Fenrir here. So weird.
I don't like it.
But thank you guys for listening. I am DM Dave, and to my right we have
Scarecrow Fenrir. Roscoe.
Lyla Garotha.
Boudreaux. And Henley.
And until next time, we unroll the scroll to tell the tale. Bye! And he starts grabbing out, some... No, he's a wizard. He can make his own food.
Dun, dun, dun. He has this obsession with noodles. No.
Noodles?
You want the noodle?
You want the noodle?
You want the noodle?
The smell, Boudreaux's smell is still there. I don't think we can smell that over the rotting flesh.
I was joking.
But you would, let's say this. I think Roscoe may have been
Well, a
up once or twice. What do you...
I'm sure, like,
diamonds
in my...
shine.
And I'll discuss that after we stop recording. Okay.
Keeps looking over at the paper plate like Seb's listening or something.
I'm trying to see the time.
We're at minute 8.
Okay.
Hour 8.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Yeah, we're at a minute 8.
We still
We've
got
done
90.
a lot in 90 seconds, guys.